Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Desmond's Donders. Hello and welcome to this month's Banners collaboration. And this month it's all about stately homes and castles and the like. Hope you enjoy it. The playlist is below and in the end screens. And in the meantime I hope you enjoy the castles we have to bring you. Not in any particular order, the ruins of FINDLATER Castle stand on a rocky promontory projecting out into the sea some 2 miles east of Cullen and a mile west of Southend. The first historical reference to the castle is from 1246. King Alexander III of Scotland repaired this castle in the 1260s in preparation for an invasion by the Vikings King Haakon of Norway. The Norwegians took and held the castle for some time, and the castle remains that are still there are from the 14th century rebuilding when the castle was redesigned based on the Roslin Chapel. James V of Scotland visited FINDLATER in November 1535 after a pilgrimage to Tain. The Laird of FINDLATER and Ogilvy was master of household to Mary of Guise. He lost his inheritance following sexual misconduct with his mother-in-law, and making a plan to imprison his father in a cellar to deprive him of sleep, and drive him insane to obtain his lands. After his father's death, his mother married John Gordon, a son of the Earl of Huntly, who then took possession of the castle and lands, and promptly imprisoned her. John Gordon, now of FINDLATER, fought with Lord Ogilvy in July 1562 and injured his arm. Gordon was imprisoned in Edinburgh until his victim healed, according to custom. In September 1562, Mary, Queen of Scots, sent an army equipped with artillery from Dunbar Castle to besiege FINDLATER and eject John Gordon of FINDLATER. When Mary was nearby on 20th of September, she had sent her trumpeter messenger to deliver the castle to the captain of the guard, but he was refused. In October 1562, the Earl of Huntly sent Mary the keys of FINDLATER and AUCHINDOUN, but she was suspicious of the low status of the messenger. A varied and intricate past, and a lovely place for a visit, and we go there fairly often. Castle TIORAM is a ruined castle that sits on the tidal island of TIORAM in Loch Moidart, Loch Arbour, in the Highlands of Scotland. It is located west of Acharacal, approximately 50 miles from Fort William. Though hidden from the sea, the castle controls access to Loch Shiel. It is also known to the locals as Dorling Castle. The castle can be reached by foot across the tidal causeway, but there is no access to the interior because of the risk of falling masonry. Island TIORAM is one of the 17 tidal islands that can be walked to from the Scottish mainland. Castle TIORAM is the traditional seat of the Clan Ranald branch of Clan Donald. The castle was seized by government forces in around 1692 when the Clan chief Alan MacDonald of Clan Ranald joined the Jacobite court in France. Despite having sworn allegiance to William II and Mary II. A small garrison was stationed in the castle until the Jacobite rising of 1715 when Alan recaptured and torched it, purportedly to keep it out of the hands of the Hanoverian forces. It has been unoccupied since that time, although there are some accounts suggesting it was partially inhabited thereafter, including for storage of firearms from the Ttxelas in 1745. Jacobite uprising and Lady Grange's account of her kidnapping. DUNROBIN. DUNROBIN Castle is a stately home in Sutherland, in the Highland area of Scotland, as well as the family seat of the Earl of Sutherland and the Clan Sutherland. It is located 1 mile north of Golspie and approximately 5 miles south of Brora, overlooking the Dornoch Firth. DUNROBIN's origins lie in the Middle Ages, but most of the present building and gardens were added by Sir Charles Barry between 1835 and 1850. Some of the original building is visible in the interior courtyards, despite a number of expansions and alterations that made it the largest house in the north of Scotland. After being used as a boarding school for 7 years, it is now open again to the public. The lands of Sutherland were acquired before 1211 by Hugh, Lord of Duffus, grandson of the Flemish nobleman Eraskyn. The Earldom of Sutherland was created around 1235 for Hugh's son, surmised to have descended from the House of Moray by the female line. The castle may have been built on the site of an early medieval fort, but the oldest surviving portion, with an iron yett, is first mentioned in 1401. The earliest castle was a square keep with walls over 6 feet thick. Unusually, the ceilings of each floor were formed by stone rather than being timber. The castle is thought to be named after Robert Sutherland, 6th Earl of Sutherland, who died in 1444. Auchindoun Castle. A short walk along the track and over the fields to the ruins of this impressive castle with a bloody past. The lonely ruin and surrounding earthworks of a 1400s stronghold. Auchindoun Castle may have been built by Thomas Cochrane, a favourite of King James III. Auchindoun was sold to Sir Adam Gordon in 1567. Gordon's claim to fame was the murder of the occupants of CORGARFF Castle during a feud in 1571. Auchindoun Castle was burned by William Mackintosh in revenge, and by 1725 the castle lay derelict. The ruined castle stands alone in a spectacular setting amid a landscape mostly devoid of settlement. Its lonely, romantic location make it more than worth the walk. CORGARFF Castle is located slightly west of the village of CORGARFF in Aberdeenshire, in northeast Scotland. It stands by the Left Road and is often the road that is closed first in winter. The castle was built around 1530 by the Elphinstone family and leased to Forbes of Towery in 1571. It was burned by their enemy Adam Gordon of Auchindoun, resulting in the deaths of Margaret Campbell, Lady Forbes, her children, and numerous others, 26 in total, and giving rise to the ballad Edain Gordon. In May 1607 the castle was captured from Alexander Lord Elphinstone by Alexander Forbes of Towery and his companions, including a piper called George McRobbie. They used hammers and battering rams to break down the gate, then fortified the house with a garrison of Highland thieves and limmers. In 1626 it was acquired by the Earl of Mar, and in 1645 was used as an assembly point by the troops of the Marquis of Montrose. It was burned again in both 1689 and 1716 by Jacobite supporters. Hope you enjoyed our Castles and Stately Homes video. You can see the others in the collaboration one of 3 ways. 1, just let this video finish and it'll take you to the next one in the collaboration. You can click on the link in the description below. And finally, there is a shortcut by clicking on the by clicking on the video link in the end cards. Hope you joined us. Hope you enjoyed this, and you'll join us again for another Banners collaboration.
Thank you for watching Desmond's Donders. And remember, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications, and hopefully we'll see you next time.